Hello and welcome back. Last time we came to the momentous step of having made plastic. I can barely contain my excitement. I have rarely been so excited for anything in my life. However, plastic alone is worth nothing unless you can turn it into red circuits. So what we're going to do today is try and design a red circuit build. Now, the problem with red circuit builds is that they take up your entire map. And we don't have an entire map, we have a little tiny island. So I need to design something fairly compact, fairly self-contained. Right, so there we are. So this should be ratioed. It's 1 coil to 6 green circuit machines. That's fine. And you can either stack these end to end, or you can have 2 or 3 coil machines and then some red circuit machines. It's fine. And I think we only need 2 of these arrays, probably, for our blue science for now. Alright. But this also needs green circuits. Let's count that. Okay, so this is also needing green circuits, and this is exactly the right amount of green circuits for this. And the green circuits obviously needs coils. So the obvious thing is to double this up. So that this is one build. So we bring in the plastic, we bring in copper, we bring in iron, and then this makes red circuits. So let's go grab some more assembly machines, we're going to need them. There we go. Now, I'm in 2 minds about this, whether we should build this out now, or if we should wait until later. My plan is, once we have roboports producing, to start building little platforms in the sea. Little sort of three grid squares of space that we can build upon. So I'm torn between designing this now and building this now, or doing the minimum necessary and then getting a platform to do it. Alright, so this would need a belt of copper, a belt of iron, and then a belt of plastic to weave through. If I put the circuits and the coils on the same direction, I could bring the plastic in from the other side. And what does this need in terms of resources? Okay. So in terms of transport belts, this already uses half a transport belt of copper and 1/5 of a transport belt of iron. So that is 1 entire copper stack gone. And 0.4 of the other things. Alright. So if we doubled this, you know how the maths will be, but I'm just going to build it to make sure. We need more machines. Yeah, let's go get them. We're going to need smelters. We're going to need miners. Right. miners, smelters. We'll need a lot of slow arms. We'll need belts. Got plenty of splitters and undergrounds, although saying plenty is always a fool's errand, isn't it? We're backed up for research. Let's get rid of these. And I think our limitation will be, in practice, mining. Oh, I didn't grab any assemblers. Idiot child. Here we are. Okay, 36, that's a good number. Backed up for steel. Can't argue with that. Alright, restart the research. So military, we'll need that at some point. Speed modules, they're good. Yep. Lasers. Accumulators, logistics bots. Cliff explosives. Definitely. Alright. So we'll do cliff explosives soon. That should get rid of some of these cliffs, which will give us a bit more room on the island. Alright. So this build uses 2 lines of copper, 0.8 of a line of iron, and 0.8 of a line of plastic. Alright. So that would be a steel furnace copper smelter, 60 miners just for copper. And let's look here. Right. We do not have 60 miners worth of copper. There just isn't that much. So I think for now let's do this. We'll design it in a way that can be expanded, and perhaps by the time we actually need the extra capacity, we will already have expanded out to the point where we've found some extra resources. Right, so I quite like this line. I think if we brought in a belt like this of copper. Now, have we done... Whoops, sorry. Have we done enough? No. We don't have the stack inserted bonus thing yet. Alright, let's go here. Where is it? Here. Stack in... Capacity bonus 1 on stack and 1 for non-stack. Right. Right, and I really want cliff explosives. May as well do rocket fuel. We're going to do trains in a minute, so it would be nice for the trains to have rocket fuel. What else? We're actually getting to the end of what we can do with red and green. Yeah. All right. All right. We probably have this all too close together, but that's the beginning of it. Okay, so all that can come up and move out. All right. Then we need these to put out, or to put in. I can move that down 1, but I can't move it down more than 1. Alright, so if that was to we'll need some gaps here. What if we had a gap of 3? Alright, so this is going to take in iron plate. This is going to take in copper. So we're going to have a split belt of iron and copper running here. That will output onto a belt, which will then go under. I want it to output to the near side of the belt. Okay, so it should put to the outside, run around there, and then fall to the inner side of this lip. Okay, that should then output. I'm going to do 2 arms just to be sure. So this is our green circuits and copper coils. Then these need to take in plastic as well. So it takes in the split belt, takes in plastic, and puts out. So the only way to do this is to have a shared belt. So it's going to take plastic off one side, off the near side, and it's going to put things back on the far side. So to power this up, alright, so I was saying earlier, this can be moved down a line. That allows us to put a steel power pole in the middle. Okay. All right. Is that what we need? No, it needs to be... That's exactly the wrong place, isn't it? Do we need gaps? So I may have to make this wider than I wanted to get the power poles in. Alright, in that case we don't need the middle here. Put that back there. Whoops. Alright, so that might be the best we can do for power poles. Alright. Okay, and then some lights. I actually need to grab lights. Now, looking at it, I've built this in the wrong place, but never mind. We can move it with the bots. Okay, they're lamps apparently, not lights. I did not know this. Maybe I want them down here, actually, in the middle. Yeah, we'll do that. Right. So that can dead end there. This is pulling in plastic. The plastic must go on the inside. And again, the plastic must go on the inside. So let's get a splitter. Okay, so this is our plastic here. And to do this, we'll need... Do I want to bring it that way? I think I want... Well, I'll leave that as dealer's choice for now. Alright. So, then... There, perhaps. Because I'll need an input here and an output there. Okay. To there. Okay, so then, sorry it's really dark, but I don't have the equipment yet. Wrong one. So do I actually want this? Okay. Sorry, I go quiet when I'm doing belts. It's because I'm a bear of very little brain, and belt wrangling uses all of it. Okay, let's finish that off. So that is one module. I like that. Okay, so we're going to need a couple of smelters, and we're going to need to place this somewhere useful. Okay, let's take a blueprint. Now, that was this blueprint. Apparently if I drop it on here. So I went to some settings. Yeah, that's now pontoon instead of landfilled. So we could build this over water. We could build this down this way. Well, let's give that a go. Alright, so I would like this to have a bit of space. So we will be having smelting coming in over here somewhere. I would like to leave a bit of space for belt wrangling. I believe there's a saying which is opposite here that involves a feather. That appears to have actually worked. Okay. Ah, it looks like it put down the flooring for the first stamp. Okay. Right, so I would like 2 of these builds. And we haven't yet worked out how the red circuits will come out. Although I have a cunning plan. Alright. Let's pull that up as well, because I'll need the materials. So, We will also need copper and iron. We'll need all the copper on the island and most of the iron. Let's have a look. So we are on the map. How much of this are we using? About a half of it. So we're only using about a half of a stack here to keep all this going. But everything is fairly backed up. The shop isn't really doing much. But I think that does mean we can potentially take excess out of here, bring it along. That might be all the iron we need. And the copper... Okay, so this is going flat out, but how much copper does this actually use? Seriously? 0.05 of a belt? Okay. Okay, so we can definitely grab this copper. So if we grab this iron and this copper, that may actually be sufficient to get us going without any new smelters. Just got to figure out how to do the belts. I feel stupid now for making that huge copper buffer down here. No, I don't. This is where the copper's coming from. All right. So we can reverse the belt. And then I can bring the iron down. Do I want to do that? I want to bring the iron through here, really. If I move that back one tile, and yeah, we can do this. All right. If you see my other playthroughs, I normally have much more organised factories than this. This particular factory is a bit of a mess. So I was asked in YouTube comments quite a while ago now, why? What I wanted to try was a world that had really deep, rich resources, really spread apart. And at the same time, where there was a real premium on building space. So I was forced to build in a compact, self-contained way. I spent ages fiddling around with map settings, and if I had really deep resources that were really spread out, it meant necessarily I had really big spaces to build on. So to try and find that combination was quite tricky. Right, that seems to have lost the... Yeah, that lost the platforms for some reason. Maybe it's a new blueprint. So what I found was this islands mod. It's tiny islands or small islands, whatever it's called. What is it called? Anyway, sorry, it's written down somewhere. Excuse me while I look somewhere else. Island World. And this seemed to be a way to have deep, rich resources and then drown most of it underwater. And then by making it only possible to build with pontoons, that forces me to build in a compact way. So it kind of seemed to do everything I wanted to do. So that's how we got to where we are now. Right, I needed to pick up some stuff. I have lights. I don't have any red arms. Here we are. Anything else? Okay. So we need to figure out how to get the iron in and how to get the circuits out. Now I think the solution is here, set this to filter circuits. The other way. No, try once more. That. Okay, so this is quite a filters heavy build apparently. That's it. But it will tile nicely up to quite a bit bigger than this. All right. More pontoons. Great, so that's our red circuits out. Let's take that all the way up just because. Okay, that seems to work. It's actually too far up. Okay, so let's... I just want this whole area filled in so that we've got some room to work. Yeah. All right. So... take that up one, take that over. Brilliant. Right, we'll have to figure out the steel in a moment. Then I want to take out a split of copper. There. Okay, so then this steel somehow has to merge in. Okay, if we took this out and moved this up a tile, then we could underground, no, only to there. Okay, and I think we have broken the large power pole rule. So let's put power poles all the way around. Everything's powered up? Yep, good. Alright, so we definitely want to prioritize that. And similarly, we want to prioritize that. Do you ever just feel a bit like okay. Okay. Alright, so that is the copper into the circuits. This is copper and iron into there. Great, let's get a big power pole. Okay, and then the last job will be to bring in plastic, which I would quite like to do around this sort of height. So I think we bring it in. Yeah, we'll bring it in around. I'm probably being unnecessary here. Okay, so got there in the end. Ah, okay. So it forgets about the pontoons. So if you're doing the Control V thing, you have to keep upgrading it because it's a new blueprint each Control V. All right, where are we here? Okay, so I don't want that. Sorry, that was a misclick. That's pretty awesome. All right, so we can bring so this needs to split and continue. And let's just take one of these because we need half of one of these, I think, or sorry, a fifth of one of these. Okay. That's a bit cold to Newcastle. Let's take that out. Force it in there. Okay. Okay, let's find out what's wrong with this build. So, that, obviously. Okay, so this isn't powered. Okay. Is that it? That is. Let's see if this works. Oh, we've got red chips. These are all green. These are going all green. Let's clean this belt because that will bite us at some point. Okay, so let's count the throughput on this once more. That's using 1 full belt of copper apparently in total. And we have red circuits. Well, that's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to leave it there. Next time we are going to start on the bot Fantastic. We will begin to build our robot empire. Yeah, because that's, I think, the next big thing on the list. And then we will look at an engine build after that. I can start doing all these bot training things. How exciting. Alright, till then, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon for Factorio Atlantis. Bye-bye.